Penny's saying. Welcome to What Penny's saying. Me and my son hanging out in the background back there. So how y'all doing? So it's Valentine's week, y'all. It's Valentine's week, y'all. And I gave y'all 7 videos talking about the men. Then I gave you 7 talking about the women. Now I got to give you 7 as a couple since it's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day can be for everybody. It can be for the men and the women. But fellas, hook your ladies up, hook your mamas up too. But anyway, so since I gave you 7 for the men, 7 for the women, I'm going to give you 7 for the couples. So the name of this new series is entitled What No Man or Woman Can Render Asunder. Yes, that's in the Bible actually. What no man or woman can render asunder. That's right. It says what God has brought together, what God has joined, no man can render asunder. But I'm saying no man or woman can render asunder. Because yes, we can get in our own way. We can get in God's way. So I'm going to give you 7 topics for the couples. So if you're ready to get started, but before we do it, I like to tell you, go grab you a sandwich, a bag of chips, and a cool beverage you're choosing, and sit down and listen to what Penn is saying. Please watch this entire video. Like, comment, and share. Please comment, please like. Do all 3. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off. The first one I'm going to give you, it's nice to be around your boo thing, and it's nice for y'all to have close comfort, close contact. So the name of this first installment is Absence May Make the Heart Grow Fonder, but Togetherness Keeps the Heart Interested. Let me give you that again. Absence may make the heart grow fonder, but togetherness keeps the heart interested. Let me tell y'all something, couples out there. Now, this is for couples. Whether you're in a relationship and you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, or you have made that transition to where you want to get married and you're fiance, however you want to say it. You're engaged, we'll put it that way. And then you make that big plunge into marriagehood. Whether you're any of those 3, you're a couple. And there's something to be said about couples being together, about you being there in that time of intimacy. And intimacy does not always mean sex, y'all. Let me go ahead and say that again. Intimacy does not always mean sex. There's not always a sexual activity going on in intimacy. Intimacy is hard to do long distance. Intimacy is hard to do over the phone. Intimacy is best done close contact, hugging, kissing, holding, sitting on the couch together watching a movie, going out eating dinner together. Sometimes you gotta, much as I love a little boy back there, sometimes you gotta let him be somewhere and it's just you and the missus, you and your boo thing, you and your mister. Sometimes it has to be that way. Yes, that saying is true. Absence does make the heart grow fonder, and you miss when you're not around, your significant other. But let me tell you something. There's nothing like intimacy and that close contact. It's something about being around that person that makes you feel like yourself. It's something about actually being there together that long distance cannot provide. Now, I'm not saying that long distance don't work. Long distance relationships don't work. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is the longer long distance goes on and close contact is not acquired or felt in a timely manner, ideas going to start getting in the head. Things are going to start getting happening. The enemy will start getting in your ear. Man, you need to be with somebody. She way over there, or he's way over there. Let me tell you something. Now, I'm never one to tell you what to do. I only advise. But it's helpful and beneficial if God is in your relationship. If God is all in your relationship, it's helpful and beneficial. Because, let me tell you something. When doubt creeps in, when you start thinking about things too much, that's when the enemy comes in and starts filling your head with ideas. You see, we like to give the devil credit. And sometimes the devil don't do nothing. But we invite him in, and then he gonna do his thing. So I say to you, why not invite God in? Because when you have a long distance relationship, when you have a situation where you're in one state and somebody else is in another state, let me tell you something. That ain't as easy as it sounds. It's not difficult, but it's not easy. There's something to be said for the proximity of where you are, the closeness. And like I said, intimacy. That's what I'm really talking about. Talking about intimacy, y'all. And that intimacy, again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Intimacy does not always mean sexual. Now, don't get it twisted. That intimacy gonna lead to that. It's coming shortly thereafter. Don't get that twisted. And you may not feel like that all the time. And that is a part of actions making the heart grow fonder. Because when you don't have the intimacy, because someone is not there, you're gonna look for that somewhere else. And you got to hold on to that. You got to make sure, you got to make time. You got to make time. That's that quality time right there. Watching a movie together, you know, going out to dinner, going to a movie, it's just you and your boo thing. And that's it. You know, yeah, sometimes it's nice to double date with another couple, and that's fine. But you gotta put that time in, that quality time in. And really you gotta put a lot of it in, so that if a situation arises where long distance happens because of a job or whatever, then you have the build up, you have the equity, so that person won't be like, well, I ain't gonna wait till they come back. I got to have this now. Because some people, I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody don't have that thing where they can wait till they come back. And some people have that thing where I got to have it right now, and I'm gonna get it for somebody else. I'm gonna go ahead and betray the trust and get it for someone right now. Listen, excuse me. The name of this series is What No Man or Woman Can Render Asunder. Let me tell y'all something. Happily married folks out there, folks that's in a relationship that's going good and is leading into engagement, into marriage. Let me tell you something. Everybody ain't happy here together. Everybody ain't for you, even if they say they for you. And there's somebody that's waiting for you to slip up, waiting for you to mess up so they can take your significant other from you. Don't get it twisted. Don't be treating your significant others because they done got older or put on some weight or whatever and they don't look like they used to. Let me tell you something. What don't look desirable to you, look desirable to somebody else. So, yes, absence may make the heart grow fonder, but togetherness keeps the heart interested. Togetherness keeps the heart interested. And you got to build up that togetherness. You got to build that equity up. You got to build up that fortified level of intimacy to where you can't get that nowhere else. To where you believe you can't get that nowhere else. See, sex, you can get anywhere. Don't get it twisted. People will pretend to listen to you and cry on my shoulder and come over to the house just to get what they want. But everybody ain't gonna be your burden carrier. Everybody ain't gonna be your place of comfort. It'll be a place for them because they see something that they want. So that's not gonna happen for everybody. So that's why I say absence makes the heart grow fonder. Because yes, when they're not there, you long for them. It's like that song by Marvin Gaye called Distant Lover. Distant lover, how I long for you. Every night, and sometimes I yearn through the day. I'm not a great singer. You know, I love that song. I don't own the rights to that song. I'm just that song illustrates what I'm talking about. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, but togetherness keeps the heart interested. And that's what you got to do. You got to keep the heart interested. So you're going to have to do things, build up that intimacy equity. Intimacy equity, build it up. Because you don't want a situation where you think you have built up enough and you have not. And let me tell you something. Once the devil get in people's ear, let me tell you something what the devil will do, man. You have not been around your significant other, and then y'all start getting into arguments and all that type of stuff. And I'm going to get into arguments, I'm going to get to that. And things start going a little rocky. Let me tell you what the devil will do. You go to somebody's house because you want to talk, because you done got to the place where you can't talk to your significant other no more. You go talk to somebody outside the marriage, right? Y'all sit down on the couch, first mistake. So when you sit down on the couch, and you get that close contact with somebody else and it feel good, You ain't supposed to be doing it, but it feel good. Close, and that's why I talk about close contact with each other, because touching each other feels good. Touching that close contact feels good. But when you're not getting it from where you think you was getting it, and you get it from somewhere else, oh, that initial feels good. That initial touch feels good. So the devil will turn the lights down, dim the lights. The devil will turn up the music. The devil will amplify her perfume or amplify his cologne, and then before you know it, one thing led to another is real stuff, y'all. Don't be led by. Don't talk about it. It won't happen to me. Don't get in a situation to test to see whether you think you can combat one thing led to another, because before you know it, in the blink of an eye, one thing has led to another, and you have made a decision that can clearly alter the rest of your marriage. And it's going to take forgiveness to either save it or kill it, because you can be forgiven or you can not be forgiven, or you can be forgiven and they still cut you off. But it's going to be altered. It's going to be different. So build up that intimacy equity, so that even if you have a situation where long distance things have to take place, that you have that equity, you have that want to still want to be around your significant other, your boo thing, or whatever you call each other, little pet names you have for each other, whatever you call each other, you still have that equity. So therefore, the long distance won't bother you. Therefore, the lack of close contact won't bother you, because you know I have who I have, and God has blessed me with who I have, and therefore I have that intimacy equity built up. But I don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. So yes, absence makes the heart grow fonder, but togetherness keeps the heart interested. So that's how we're going to start this thing off. Hey man, there's nothing beats an embrace by your loved one. You can talk about the sexual nature of it and all that type of stuff, and that feels good too. We all know that we're not kids here. We all know that feels good too. But I'm going to give you just a small little piece of insight into a relationship with my wife. We like to, when we hug, we like to not just hug, we like to hug and hold. I wasn't always a holder. She has taught me to hold, to love to hold her. Well, not taught me, but just the feeling that I get from just holding her. You can't put that in the bottle nowhere, man. Just the feeling of just holding her. So yeah, that intimacy, and I'm going to say it again, then we're going to wrap this video up one more time. Intimacy does not always mean sexually. Let me put it like that. Intimacy does not always mean sexually. There can be so much intimacy and you never do anything sexual. There can be intimacy sitting there watching a movie together. There can be intimacy just riding to the store and walking in the store together, shopping. Intimacy can be everywhere and nobody can see it, and yet it's there between the two of you, because you have that energy, that synergy, that connection. So yes, absence makes the heart grow fonder, but togetherness keeps the heart interested. Hey, in the words of Al Green, another great, let's stay together. Let's stay together. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.